Hello, everybody. This is Harry today, and we are doing an NFL mock draft today. Cole's not here, he's at school today. So it's just going to be me today. We're going to be looking at this mock draft. If you want to do it yourself, go to the draftnetwork.com and go to the mock draft section and go to mock draft and hit start the mock draft. And if you want to draft one team, you could do that, or if you want to draft for all the teams. I'm going to draft for all the teams today since I'm doing a mock draft. So, as you see, we have all the teams here. You can trade picks, which is very cool. I don't know if I'm going to do that today. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. As I said earlier, Cole is not here today. He would if he could do this mock draft with us, but he's at school. I'm not. I'm taking the day off. So, the lines are up first. Also, before we start, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and slam that notification bell so you don't miss any videos. So we have the Lions up first. They need a QB and edge. As you see, its team needs their top two. And of course, you got to go Kayvon Thibodeau here. Kayvon Thibodeau. He is one of the greatest edge rushers in college. Plays for Oregon. He is just a beast. He's defensive tackle. He can rush the passer like nobody else. That's how Oregon has been one of those top in the CFP rankings so far. He's a junior. He's in the Pac-12. Number 5, 6'5", 258 pounds. He has great body control. He can bat down passes. Sorry, guys. He can do everything. That's why I think the Lions would pick him as their first pick in the draft. Next up, we have the Texans here. And I was thinking they would go Derek Stingley or Aiden Hutchinson. But I made this decision that they should go and draft Aiden Hutchinson. They have Justin Reed. Did they trade him away? Leave it down in the comments below. They have Justin Reed at their cornerback, at their free safety / slot cornerback. And I think they don't need Stingley. They need a rusher, pass rusher. They got rid of J.J. Watt. He could be the next J.J. Watt. Aiden Hutchinson could be the next J.J. Watt. Out of Michigan, number 97, very good and athletic. He's just like Kayvon Thibodeau. Very much like him. He's an edge rusher. So that's why I'm having them take him. Because Aiden Hutchinson is like behind Kayvon Thibodeau, like the second best edge rusher in college football. And he's got a winning team. I mean, last year, Michigan wasn't good at all. So, it's great. The Eagles at number 3. The Eagles at number 3. It says they need a quarterback, but maybe they do, maybe they don't. They have Jalen Hurts. I don't know if he's the franchise guy. Of course, I'm not going to take a quarterback here because you have such good options. Honestly, this was an easy choice here. I think they go Derek Stingley to have a second good corner. Already have Darius Slay, and now give them Derek Stingley. Oh, that would be really good. Nasty cornerback combo. Derek Stingley and Darius Slay could be Darius Slay has proved himself as like a really good corner, and Derek Stingley could be even better as like a shutdown corner. He's at LSU, who hasn't got that much love this year because of, hasn't been good this year, so that's why people aren't paying attention to them. But look, you should pay attention to them. They only lost to Alabama by 6, and that was because of their defense. So, and part of their defense is Derek Stingley. So that's why I'm taking the Eagles. That's why I'm thinking the Eagles would take Derek Stingley. Now, big decision for the Jets. Do they take Andrew Booth, Kyle Hamilton, or Evan Neal? Those are the guys who I've narrowed it down to. But the Jets need offensive linemen. And I feel like that Evan Neal could be a really good offensive lineman with Mekhi Becton. Mekhi Becton has been injury prone. But that streak ends here. I think Evan Neal and Mekhi Becton when healthy, are gonna be the best. Could be a really nasty offensive lineman. Also, they have Elijah Vera Tucker, who's been very good this year. Could you imagine the Jets' offensive line if Evan Neal does well with the Jets, if they draft him? And it could be a trio of guys. It could be a really good offensive lineman with Vera Tucker, Becton, and Evan Neal. So that's why I'm having them take Evan Neal. Then the Jaguars with the 5th pick. So I feel like I don't know what the Jaguars should take. I mean, maybe Kyle Hamilton they should take. Yeah, they should take Kyle Hamilton maybe. I don't know, but there's not really options. Not really a lot of options. So I'm just having them take Kyle Hamilton here at safety. Then next we have Washington football team. And they could maybe take Matt Corral. Maybe. Or they could take like a wide receiver, but I don't know. Maybe they could take a wide receiver, like weapons for Taylor Heinicke, because Taylor Heinicke has not been bad. I mean, they've lost a lot of games with him, but he's not a bad quarterback, and they could keep him. He could be their quarterback of the future. But I don't know about that because he's out of nowhere, and I feel like they should take Matt Corral, and I think I'm going to have them take Matt Corral. Yep. Matt Corral is going to be, if they draft him, would be their quarterback of the future for Washington. The Washington football team would have a great quarterback for the future. I mean, he wasn't even going to be one of the top picks at the beginning of the season, but he has shown up at Ole Miss and led them into the college football rankings. So in the AP top 25 poll. So that's why I'm having Matt Corral at the number 6 pick for Washington. Then the Eagles up again. They own a lot of picks in this draft. And I don't know who for them to pick now. They could take Malik Willis. You never know, but I don't know if they need a quarterback yet. I mean, maybe a wide receiver for them. There's not many options, just like the one for the Jaguars. There's not many top players here. They could make a surprise and go into like the top 30 or 20. But I would think they would draft like a receiver, a weapon for Jalen Hurts, because Jalen Hurts has no weapons. So that's why I have them taking Chris Olave. I thought he was going to go into the draft last year, but no, stayed another year, and he has shown off his skills. I do think Garrett Wilson is a little better, though, but geez, Chris Olave, I believe he could be he's going to be their number one receivers on the team, maybe. Well, no, you could have like Devontae Smith, then Chris Olave, and then of course Jalen Reagor, because Jalen Reagor is pretty good. They need to get him the ball more. So could you imagine that? Olave, Smith, and Reagor? That could be pretty good. And they have Quez Watkins, who's a deep threat. So you could have a great receiver pair with a great quarterback who can scramble and throw the ball. So that's why I have them taking Chris Olave. Now the Giants. George Karlaftis could be a great pick for them. But they need a wide receiver too. But I don't have them taking a wide receiver. I believe George Karlaftis could be a very good fit for the Giants out of Purdue. And Purdue has beat two top 25 or two top 5 teams this year. And it's part of their defense with George Karlaftis. He can bring pressure. He is very good. He wreaks havoc here at Purdue. Purdue is not a winning team. They were just in the AP poll 1 or 2 weeks ago. And it was because of their defense. And part of that defense is George Karlaftis. He hasn't gotten that much respect. So give him some respect. And I have him as the 8th pick with the New York Giants. Next up we have Miami Dolphins. I feel like somebody will trade up here. I feel like that the Browns or the Broncos would trade up here, but I don't think the Dolphins would accept that.
Right.
Oh my God, I'm trying to X this out, bro. The Marvin Leo could be pretty good. Underrated, but I don't know if they should take him. They need like a pass rusher because their defensive line is not good. But they could take the Marvin Leo. Honestly, they need like an edge rusher though. Myjai Sanders, it's a little too early to pick him, but it could happen. So that's why I have them picking the Marvin Leo. They could take Garrett Wilson, but I'm having them pick the Marvin Leo. He has been very good out of Texas A&M. I thought Texas A&M would be better this year. They won a few games, and I thought Texas A&M would be better this year, but no. They had Kellen Mond, but they won those games because of their defense. I mean, look at that. They beat one of the number 1 team in the country at the time, Alabama, this year. And that put Georgia at number 1 in the country. So, give some respect to this Texas A&M defense and DeMarvin Leo. Underrated guy. And he could be very good for this Dolphins team with Raekwon Davis, Christian Wilkins, all those guys, because this Dolphins defense needs help. They were beating Alabama 24-10 at halftime and went on to win the game 41-38. That is crazy. Beating the number 1 team at halftime when you're not even ranked. And it was because of the defense again. So, that's why I have Miami taking the Marvin Leo at number 9. Now, the New York Jets. they need weapons for either Mike White or Zach Wilson. Who could it be? Or do they take the defense like Andrew Booth or Kier Elam? I think Brandon Nichols isn't bad, but they need help at cornerback. But they do need wide receivers too. But I think they've got that. So, Andrew Booth out of Clemson. I don't know much about him. He is their number one corner, and they have very good corners there at Clemson. Darion Kendrick and Andrew Booth. But Clemson hasn't been great this year. So that's why I don't know if they will take him. Maybe Kier Elam will be good. Clemson and Florida's defense haven't both been good, but Ahmad Garner could be very good fit. Cincinnati's defense is so good this year. So this could be the pick that they get here, and I believe they should take him. Don't know much about him, so I feel like they should take him. I don't know much about Ahmad Garner, but I do know that he is pretty good. Underrated guy, underrated team, and Cincinnati should be mad at that playoff committee because, boy, the CFP committee, because, boy, they should be in that college football playoff. And Ahmad Garner should be recognized as one of the top corners in college football. I mean, come on. He's a junior. He's number 1, 6'2". Everybody should recognize number 1 on the field. You better watch out because he's always going to be lurking. And that's why I feel like the Jets should get him. 3-star recruit, underrated guy. But I think if he's underrated, he's going to be great in the NFL. You watch. Ahmad Garner is going to be one of the greatest players in the NFL. You watch. Young guy, 188 pounds, very light. So that's what I want for the Jets. I want the Jets to take him because they should take this underrated guy and see what he can do. Next up, we got the Giants. Who should they take here? Maybe a wide receiver like Garrett Wilson. Maybe an offensive lineman. But I have them taking Garrett Wilson here. Garrett Wilson is, in my opinion, the best receiver on Ohio State. I mean, Clarence Olave and Garrett Wilson are the best 2 receivers in college football right now. I mean, come on. Garrett Wilson is better, I believe. He's a junior. And you saw what Ohio State did with them last year. He is a 5-star recruit, ranked 5-star, and he is a baller. He is 6 foot, number 5, 192 pounds. They should be double teaming this guy, bro, because he is so good. I mean, you cannot stop him. He catches touchdowns like crazy. So that's why, and Daniel Jones needs weapons for the Giants. All he has right now is Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton. But Kadarius Toney too. Imagine adding Garrett Wilson to that team. Garrett Wilson could be a solid or really good number 2 receiver on the Giants. So he could be very good. Next up is the Vikings. And I don't know who they should pick here. They've got the perfect team except for maybe a quarterback. Kirk Cousins isn't a great quarterback. He isn't a superstar quarterback. I mean, he's gotten them some wins. 2 years ago, they made the playoffs, but the past 2 seasons have been a disappointment. So, with that being said, I think they need somebody on the offense, like a receiver. Like maybe like a guy like Traylon Burks. But I know. It's too early to pick him. Maybe, and I think they should choose or maybe they should choose Treylon Burks. I don't know who they should pick. Should it be Andrew Booth? I don't know. The Vikings don't have great corners, so it's either Treylon Burks, Kyer Elam, and Treylon Burks. But I believe they take the top guy here, Andrew Booth. Because the Vikings actually have receivers. They have Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen. And I believe Tyler Conklin could do something for them. And Kirk Cousins has weapons. He just isn't a great quarterback. You saw them on Sundays. They held him under 200 yards. It wasn't Kirk Cousins who made that game close. It was somebody else. It was Dalvin Cook and Adam Thielen and all the other guys on the Vikings. So, with that being said, I think they need some help on the defense because they gave up 34 points to the Ravens. Come on. So, I believe Andrew Booth could be a difference maker on the Vikings. Next up, we have the Carolina Panthers. And they just signed Cam Newton, who I believe could be the starter going forward for the rest of this season. But I believe they should keep him to be a veteran quarterback if they draft a rookie quarterback, which I think they do. I think they draft Malik Willis out of Liberty University. He is a very underrated guy, but has shown up in those big moments for Liberty. 6'1", 215 pounds. He is a senior, and he transferred to Liberty from Auburn and he sat out 2019. He has been very good for Liberty. No doubt about it. And that's why he's propelled himself into the first round pick conversation. He could be in that top 20 range for the first round pick. And I believe the Panthers have it. They just need a better quarterback. Cam Newton, I believe, is the starter for this season. I don't think Sam Darnold is going to be good. No way. The Jets made the right decision on trading him. So that's why Malik Willis is the right decision for the Panthers. He could throw to McCaffrey out of the backfield if he's in trouble. He could get it to DJ Moore or Robbie Anderson. He has all he needs here in Carolina. And I think the Carolina Panthers front office is willing to take the risk on drafting Malik Willis. Next up, we have another Eagles pick. I think we're only going to go to the 16th pick so far. We'll do a part 2 tomorrow, maybe, because we're running out of time. Maybe, I don't know. But here come the Eagles. Should they take a quarterback like Desmond Ridder? I don't know. Or do they take a guy like Kenyon Green out of Texas A&M? Look, the Eagles' offensive lineman is really old, and they could take a young guy like him. So that's why I think they should take Kenyon Green. He's out of Texas A&M. Like I told you, DeMarvin Leal is underrated, and so is Kenyon Green, bro. You need to give Texas A&M respect for their recruiting. Come on. They just got 2 top 20 picks here. Texas A&M, great job, but they need to win games. If they won games, I bet Kenyon Green would get way more respect, and DeMarvin Leal would. So, with that being said, that is why Kenyon Green and the Eagles need offensive linemen. They need to protect Jalen Hurts. I know they have Jason Kelsey and those guys, but Brandon Brooks is injury prone, but they could take him. So, with that being said, I have them taking Kenyon Green. Next up, we have the Denver Broncos, and this is an easy decision. They should take Desmond Ridder. Drew Sullivan, he led Cincinnati to number 2 in the AP poll. Of course, they're not in the CFP rankings, but I believe Cincinnati should get way more respect, and so should Desmond Ridder. They should be in the playoff rankings right now. I mean, this committee, come on, man. They should be in the playoffs right now. That Desmond Ridder should be in the college football playoff. Desmond Ridder and the Cincinnati Bearcats should be in the college football playoff rankings right now. So, and the Broncos need to be. Teddy Bridgewater isn't their franchise guy. Come on, bro. Teddy Bridgewater isn't their franchise guy. No way. And who else do they have? Drew Lock. He's been I think he has potential. He's been a bust, really, but he has potential. It could be a race between him and Desmond Ridder if they draft Desmond Ridder at QB. But Teddy Bridgewater, they should let him go. Get out of here, Teddy B. Go sign with a different team. So, with that being said, they should draft Desmond Ridder. That's why I have the Broncos drafting Desmond Ridder. This should be the last pick of the video. We have the Cincinnati Bengals here. I don't know who they should pick here. They've got the quarterbacks. They've got who they need. I don't know. Well, no, I think we'll finish the draft here. No, we're going to finish this draft. Cincinnati, I don't know who they should pick. Should they pick the defensive pass rusher? They have Trey Hendrickson. And if they can add to that, that would be pretty good. So I think they should take Jordan Davis out of Georgia. Georgia's defense is very good with Nolan Smith, Jordan Davis, and all those guys. He's a senior, 3-star ranking, 6'6", number 99. Jordan Davis. Georgia's defense is very much respected. So he's first team All-USA today. First team All-USA. So, I don't know much about Jordan Davis. All I know, he's a really good prospect coming out of Georgia here. So, and the Bengals need a pass rusher like that. Imagine him and Trey Hendrickson. That would be nuts. Next up, we have the Cleveland Browns. And they could take a quarterback here. Who knows? But I don't have them taking a quarterback in this mock draft. Ka'ir Elam is still there. Well, I don't know. They need a rusher like Myjai Sanders. So, could it be that they take Myjai Sanders? Yes. This Cincinnati defense, like I said, is so underrated. I mean, come on. And this team is underrated. Their offense is very good. I don't need to keep repeating myself. Myjai Sanders. Could you imagine him and Miles Sanders? Am I saying Miles Sanders? I meant to say Myles Garrett. He's a senior and 255 pounds, 6'5", number 21. Myjai Sanders is a great edge rusher. I don't know much about Myjai Sanders, although I really like Cincinnati's team just because they're very underrated. But I think they take him. Cleveland needs another edge rusher besides Myles Garrett. They don't really have anybody else. So that's my opinion why Cleveland should take Myjai Sanders. Next up, Kansas City Chiefs. Who do they take here? They don't need more wide receivers. They have Tyreek Hill. They have Josh Gordon. They have Travis Kelce. They have all those guys. So you don't need more wide receivers here, do you? Yeah. I don't know who they should pick here. I don't know. Should they trade their pick to a team who needs it? Honestly, but I don't think so. I think they should take. Well, no, they don't really have wide receivers. They don't really have that number 2 wide receiver besides Tyreek Hill. I mean, they have Demarcus Robinson and Mecole Hardman, but Treylon Burks could be their good number 2 or 3 receiver. So I changed my opinion there, and I think they take Treylon Burks here. He is pretty good out of Arkansas. I don't really like Arkansas, so I don't follow him. He's a junior. 6'3", born in 2000, young player, very good. He suffered a torn ACL and he broke his hand also in high school, I believe. So Burks, injury prone, but could be very good on the Chiefs. Could be a good deep threat. Could come out of the slot maybe. You don't know what Treylon Burks could do. Next up, we have the Atlanta Falcons. And they don't need Pierre Elam. I don't know why I haven't put him up there. They need like a rusher, a pass rusher. Do they take him though? Because I don't really see any good pass rushers here. But they could take Pierre Elam. You never know. Tyler Linderbaum still out there. I don't really know much about the Falcons' offensive line. Alex Mack, I don't think is there anymore. So Tyler Linderbaum could be good, could be the decision here, and that's why I have him as the Falcons' 19th overall pick here. I don't really follow Iowa. I do not like Iowa. He is a junior. 290 pounds. He's an athlete with letters in football, baseball, wrestling, and track, they said. And it also says, interesting fact, pinned Tristan Wirfs during his high school wrestling career. Very good. Wow, never knew that. Let's see more about him. He likes run heavy offense, frequent under center alignments. Okay. He is 3-star rated. So he could be pretty good. I think he has potential for the Falcons. And I think he could be a good offensive lineman for Matt Ryan. Or it could be a different quarterback next season. Or handing the ball off to Cordell Patterson and Mike Davis. Next up, we have the New England Patriots. Who do they take here? Well, this isn't easy then because the Patriots kind of need another corner about J.C. Jackson because Stephon Gilmore is on the Panthers now, which could be very good for the Panthers. But Ka'ir Elam is finally going to get picked. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Is it Ka'ir Elam? I don't know. He looks very athletic. Oh, he is the nephew of former Ravens 2013 first-round pick safety Matt Elam. His father, Abram Elam, played at safety at Notre Dame State. Okay. Junior looks like an athletic guy, cornerback. I think he's going to be good for the Patriots. The Patriots need a number 2 corner, and I think if he is around, they're gonna get him and get that number 2 corner back. He could be the next Stephon Gilmore, maybe. Who knows? Likely not to happen, but who knows? Next up, the Steelers. Will they have Dwayne Haskins as a QB? I don't know who they take here. If Ben Roethlisberger retires, maybe. But I think they should take like a weapon for Ben Roethlisberger. Juju Smith-Schuster might leave because he hasn't been great for them. That's why I have them taking Drake London out of USC. I've heard of this guy. Don't really know much about him. I don't watch USC. He's a junior, 6'5", number 15, 210 pounds. He played on a USC basketball team as a freshman, averaged 30-12 as a senior. Interesting. But I think the Steelers need more weapons besides Deontay Johnson. They have Deontay Johnson and guys like that. But imagine adding Drake London to that team. He would be very good for them. Very good. I believe so, if they can get him for them. And he's going to be in that early 20s, early to mid 20 picks. And the Steelers are right there in the early to mid 20 picks. So it could be an option for the Steelers. So I have them taking him. This is the Buffalo Bills. Who do they take? Could it be Ikem Ekwonu out of NC State? Could it be Jahan Dotson, maybe? But I have them taking Ikem Ekwonu. Am I pronouncing it? Ekwonu. No. Could they? But the Bills' offensive line is very old with John Feliciano and those guys. And I think Ekwonu could be very good and could help that offensive line. You saw what happened to Josh Allen after some of his top offensive linemen were out last week. They lost and put up only 6 points on the board. Come on, Josh Allen needs protection, and he's looking like the old Josh Allen without any protection. So that's why I have them Ikem Ekwonu. Next up, we have the New Orleans Saints. Who do they take a quarterback? Maybe Sam Howell. Maybe. The Lions could take him. Anybody could take Sam Howell. Sam Howell was good last year. I was expecting North Carolina to be better this year, but they've been disappointing. So I believe the Saints should take Sam Howell here with the 23rd pick. Look, the Saints need a quarterback, and Jameis Winston isn't their franchise guy. Also, Taysom Hill isn't, and Trevor Simeon's very, very old, and he is definitely no franchise guy, bro. They could take someone else, you never know, if Desmond Ritter's around, rather than taking Sam Howell. Because if Sam Howell wasn't picked by the Saints, I would have him going to the Lions. The Lions would have a great first round, getting Thibodeau and Sam Howell. But I have them taking Sam Howell because Sam Howell's too good to pass on. I mean, he was projected to be one of the top 10 picks. But then his team this year hasn't been good. His team. He's hard. It says in the scheme tendencies, RPO heavy with static alignments that are littered with binary reads. Projected role as starting quarterback has started every game. Sam Howell is gonna be the Saints franchise quarterback if they take him, because he has lots of potential. He could be very good. Next up, we have the Dallas Cowboys, and I don't know who they should pick here. Do they trade their pick? I don't know. Would it be necessary for them to get another weapon? Who knows? But I think they should take Jaquan Brisker, because their defense needs help right now. As you saw against the Denver Broncos put up 30 points on the board against them. Meanwhile, they were not doing anything a few weeks before that. Jaquan Brisker could help them next season if they draft him. He could be a difference maker on that team. The Cowboys' defense is pretty good. They're supposed to be pretty good because they have pretty good players on the defense, but those pretty good players aren't delivering here. So I don't know what to say about the Cowboys' defense. All I say is take a defensive player like Jaquan Brisker or something like that. Look, I'll be happy if they take even a defensive player, because I kind of like the Cowboys. Next up, we have the Las Vegas Raiders. And their offensive lineman is old and crumbling down. So that's why I have them taking Charles Cross out of Mississippi State. Underrated because no one pays attention to Mississippi State. I don't even pay attention to Mississippi State. He is a sophomore. He is a 3-star recruit. He committed to Florida State in 2018 and had a monstrous finish to his high school career and elected to stay in the state. He's a 5-star offensive tackle that was rated at the top offensive tackle in Mississippi and the number 27 ranked player nationally. He is a 5-star rated player. And Charles Cross is very underrated. Very underrated because Mississippi State gets no attention. Only team that, because they have Ole Miss in their state. Is that Mississippi State? Oh. I swear, I'm losing my mind. I'll just look at my corral. No. So, next up, we have the Chargers. Who do they take here? They get a wide receiver, rusher, something. I think they take an offensive lineman, Darian Kinnard. Surprisingly, Kentucky has been a very good team this year, and Darian Kinnard is part of that. He's a senior, 6'5", 345 pounds. He's related to the country music legend Dolly Parton. Wow. He's related to Dolly Parton. Wow. Interesting. He's third-team AP All-American. He was third-team AP All-American in 2020. The worst year ever, let's say. And, yeah, Darian Kinnard has been a difference maker. Don't know much about him. Look, I don't know much about this draft class. I'm not a professional mock drafter. So I just have them taking it. I can't say much. Next up, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They could take a quarterback. You never know. Tom Brady is getting old. Very, very old. Is Carson strong? And first round QB, maybe? Maybe not. But I have them taking I don't know. I have them doing Jahan Dotson. Speedy, very good receiver. And the Bucs don't need receivers, but what more? You could add more to your team. Nothing like adding depth. You can just add depth to your team. Because Antonio Brown's getting a little... What no? Antonio Brown's a little injury. He's been injured for the past few weeks. I'm not saying Jahan Dotson's going to come this season, but next season. Jahan Dotson could be very good. Could very well be a number 3 receiver here, number 4. Well, could be. Is probably going to be the number 4 receiver, maybe number 3 if they draft him. So, with that being said, Jahan Dotson, I know a lot about him. Well, no, not a lot. I just really like him. Senior, very good. He was a former track athlete. That was why he was so fast. He has a reception in 29 consecutive games. He's a perimeter receiver, it says. And I believe Jahan Dotson could be a number 3 or 4 receiver, as I said, on the Buccaneers next season if they could draft him. Next up, we have the Detroit Lions, and I don't know. They should take a quarterback here. Is Carson Strong a first-round QB here? Is he? Because he has been very good. Carson Strong. Or do they take someone else? Do they take someone else like a linebacker, Devin Lloyd, Drake Jackson, Trent McDuffie, do they take? But I think they take Carson Strong. I think he can be their quarterback. Maybe sit out a season behind Jared Goff, but Carson Strong is underrated QB, and I believe he can be a very good QB on these Detroit Lions team, only if you get him weapons. If you get the Detroit Lions weapons, then you're talking. If you get the Detroit Lions like a Chris Godwin guy, or like a, not Chris Godwin. If you get the Detroit Lions like a, let's say Corey Davis sort of guy, then you're talking. Then you'll be pretty good. Then you're rolling. Because Carson Strong could be pretty good. We don't know much. I don't know much about him, and a lot of guys are questioning if he's a first-round pick. Like I heard Bengal posted a video. He's questioning if he's a first-round pick or not. And professional mock drafters are doing that. So a lot of people are questioning if he's a first-round pick or not. But I believe he is. Guys, we're almost at the end of the video here. So, that being said, let's finish this draft strong. What am I saying? I don't know what I'm saying. We're almost at the end of the video here. 47 minutes. I can't believe I filmed it this long. But this should be an easy pick. Tennessee Titans need a linebacker and add to their defense. So this should be easy. Devin Lloyd at linebacker for the Tennessee Titans. He could be pretty good. We don't know. I don't know anything about this guy. I don't know anything. I don't watch Utah. I'm no fan of Utah. I don't like Utah at all. Only person I know who coached at Utah, I think, is Urban Meyer, and I think Alex Smith went to. His father, here, let's learn a little bit about him. 2-time All Pac-12 member, pretty good. Father served in the U.S. military, okay. Played receiver, safety, and punter in high school. Pretty good. Scheme tendencies, Mike or Will in the 4-3. Okay. Starting Mike back. Okay. Not bad. I think he can be pretty good on the Titans. I think he'll be pretty good. Look, I don't know what to say about him because, as I said before, I'm not a professional mock drafter. Alright, next up we have, of course, the Green Bay Packers, and if they don't take a wide receiver in this draft, I don't know what it gotten into them. But I have them taking George Pickens. Or no, I have them taking John Mechie. Of course, he's the number 1 receiver in Alabama, I believe, or is Jameson Williams. I don't know. I think him and Jameson Williams are pretty good. So, with that being said, John Mechie could be the Packers' number 2 receiver. Alan Lazard isn't the Packers' number 2 receiver. Marquez Valdes-Scantling is not. And of course not Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb is old. No way. So that's why John Mechie could be pretty good. He's a deep threat and could come out of the slot. So, I have the Packers picking John Mechie, and Aaron Rodgers needs it if he's going to sign an extension. It could be Jordan Love next year. Who knows? Next up is the Baltimore Ravens, one of my favorite teams. And this should be easy. I think they take Trent McDuffie. Look, Marcus Peters is getting kind of old. So, with another really good corner there, with another pretty good corner, young corner there, could be very good. Can you imagine Marlon Humphrey and Trent McDuffie? Oh, McDuffie, I meant. Sorry, I kept thinking Trent McDuffie. I'm stupid. Trent McDuffie. I sound so. Trent McDuffie at cornerback. Imagine that Marlon Humphrey and Trent McDuffie, 2 young corners, who could be sensational. And the Ravens defense could get even better. Next up, we have the last pick of our draft. And I don't know who the Cardinals should pick. Do they pick a quarterback? I don't know. I think they take an edge rusher here because they already have Chandler Jones and J.J. Watt. Who else they could add? So I have them taking Drake Jackson. Know nothing about this guy. But, oh my god. Alright, I gotta scroll all the way down. I know nothing about Drake Jackson. He's a junior. 250 pounds. Number 99, 6'4". Born in 2001. 20 years old. He's led let's read about him. High school All-American. Led USC in sacks as a freshman. 5.5 for freshman All-American honors, right? Second team All-Pac-12. Pretty good. Scheme tendencies odd front. 2021 projected role starting edge rusher linebacker. Okay, he could be an edge rusher and a pretty good linebacker. So he's a multi-use, let's say, edge rusher, linebacker. So, that is the end of the draft here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Wait, before we go, we gotta recap the draft. So we got Kayvon Thibodeaux going to the Lions. Number 2, Aiden Hutchinson going to the Houston Texans. Philadelphia Eagles took Derek Stingley at number 3. The Jets took Evan Neal at number 4. Jaguars took Kyle Hamilton at number 5. Washington took Matt Corral at number 6. Philadelphia took Chris Olave at number 7. The Giants took George Karlaftis at number 8. The Dolphins took DeMarvin Leal at number 9. The Jets took Ahmad Gardner at number 10. The Giants took Garrett Wilson at number 11. The Minnesota Vikings took Andrew Booth at number 12. The Carolina Panthers took Malik Willis at number 13. The Philadelphia Eagles took Kenyon Green at number 14. Denver Broncos took Desmond Ridder at number 16. The Bengals took Jordan Davis at number 16. And then Cleveland Browns took Myjai Sanders at number 17. Chiefs took Treylon Burks at number 18. Tyler Linderbaum was taken by the Falcons at 19. Patriots took Kair Elam at number 20. Steelers took Drake London. Bills took Ikem Ekwonu. The Saints took Sam Howell. Dallas took Jaquan Brisker. The Raiders took Charles Cross. The Chargers took Darian Kenyard. The Buccaneers took Jahan Dotson. The Detroit Lions took Carson Strong. The Tennessee Titans took Devin Lloyd. The Green Bay Packers took John Mechie. The Ravens took Trent McDuffie. And the Cardinals took Drake Jackson. That is my mock draft. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and slam that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Thank you all so much for watching. We will see you next time. Goodbye. See you later.